You don't actually freeze because you don't know what to do or you don't know your setup. You know exactly what to do. You just freeze and you hesitate on every trade because you are scared of being wrong. You're fearful of being wrong. You don't want to be proven that you might get this wrong. And it's an internal issue that you're dealing with. And so you see your setup and you're like a deer in the headlights at night. You freeze. Okay, so in this video we're going to talk about why that happens and some of the things you can do to trust in yourself and accept whatever outcome you get so that you don't freeze in the future, so that you can actually level up in your trading. So stick around and watch this to the end because I'm going to go through this in detail, okay? So the problem is you're right there and you are coming out of a loss. Maybe you took a loss yesterday, or maybe you just had a loss and now you're trying to fix it because of your ego. But that loss is so painful because it just, you can't accept that a loss was part of the edge. It's part of the way the numbers, the chips fall, okay? You lose, you win, you lose, you win, win. You lose, you win. Okay, so that is the way it all plays out. However, you just don't trust your instincts anymore. You don't trust yourself to take the trade. Because what actually is happening is that it's an identity issue. Somewhere inside of you, you was programmed from a young age to always try to be right, to get things right all the time. Because like if you were at school, okay, and you go take a test, an exam, or you do some homework, you're supposed to get it right. This is what the matrix has programmed you from a young age. That you have to be right. Otherwise, if you're wrong, you fail. You see what I mean? And that one simple issue with the matrix, it goes against trading, because in trading you're not always going to be right. Do you understand? You're not always going to win every trade, and you have to be okay with that. It's the best loser wins, really. And so you have this identity from your childhood and it's been molded into you. Subconsciously, maybe your teacher beat you, maybe you got punished. If you didn't get good grades at school, maybe your parents grounded you, maybe they stopped you from going out to play, took away your pocket money, or some kind of pain from getting things wrong, not doing well at school. And you know, I was a terrible student at school. I hated going to school. I didn't see the point in it. And I think that you're the same, that you didn't do too well at school as well at one point. And that's why you love trading, because it's your chance to prove everybody that doubted you wrong. And it's something that's so different. So that's why you love trading. That's why you really want to do well at trading. You want to succeed because you have this deep motivation, because you just want to prove the matrix wrong. You want to prove the system wrong. You want to prove everybody else wrong that doubted you, okay? But now you're frustrated because when the time comes, you hesitate, you freeze. You can't execute your trade. Even though you know what it looks like, you know what to do, you still can't execute because you're running off this old programming, your old system programming, and you don't know that. So you're still using this old identity and it's triggering you. It's a nervous system reaction because it's been programmed into you from a young age and it's deep in your subconscious. And this is the thing. And you don't know why you can't overcome this. And you kick yourself every time. And then what happens? you miss the trade and the trade goes in your direction, it does exactly what it was supposed to do, as it was supposed to do, but you froze and you didn't have the cojones to take the trade. And then now you get angry, you get really frustrated. So now you feel like you have to catch up because you missed that trade. So now all of a sudden you don't care because your ego is trying to fix what you missed out. So now you're playing catch up and you're just taking whatever trade now just to try to fix and get back in to what you missed. Because not taking a trade now means that you were wrong again for hesitating on the original trade. So you're trading out of emotion to fix the hesitation that on the trade that you missed. You see how messed up that is? You see how like God bless anybody that doesn't understand this and that has no self-awareness of this. And for the longest time that was me. And maybe that's you. I'm pretty sure that is you. And you're reacting and you're just in this loop, in this cycle, and it's the same story every single week. And it's just basically a negative pattern. It's a subconscious block, it's a limiting belief, it's doubt, it's hesitation. You see, you have to understand one thing, that there is no two trades are ever going to be the same. Every outcome, because you cannot control the outcome. Okay, it's a random event. You have to accept that the randomness of the outcome is completely out of your control. So first of all, you have to detach. You have to make peace with that fact that you don't control the price, you don't control the market, you cannot force your will onto the market. And once you are okay with that and you can just let go of it, and provided that you are managing your risks, so now you're not risking too much as well. So if you do lose the money, it doesn't matter. In fact, before every trade, you should say to yourself, am I okay to lose this money? Because I'm most likely I'm going to lose this money. And if you say that, if you can say that you're okay with losing that money, then you're not going to hesitate. You're not going to freeze. Because you've already accepted the fact that you could be wrong. You see? Instead of trying to always be right, just accept the fact that you're going to be wrong sometimes and you're going to be right sometimes. Does that make sense? And that mindset shift, that simple shift, you can have that shift, but then there's also the nervous system that is still keeping you locked, like hesitant, because it's still running off the old program. That's where you have to reprogram. And that's something that we do within the course. We have an entire module for hesitation. None of our students hesitate. We go in and we break that old pattern, that old belief, that old need to be correct all the time, and just be okay with being okay, with being whatever. Be okay with being wrong. Let me tell you something. The best traders, the top 1% traders in the world that are managing hundreds of millions of dollars, billions, okay, in hedge funds, they're right only 30-40% of the time. The majority of the time they're wrong. Can you believe that? They have trades go against them most of the time, and they don't care, because they know that when they win and when they are right, they make more money when they're right. Their wins compensate and make up and add more to the P&L than their losses take from it. Does that make sense? And you just have to do the work. You have to do this internal work. It's not strategy, it's internal work. It's doing the work and doing the back testing, knowing your odds, knowing you have to know your numbers. You have to know your win rate. You have to have the discipline to stick to your rules and have a checklist and execute when you're supposed to, and just take the shot. Be that sniper. You have to be a sniper. There's no head. You cannot freeze. You got to be a G. You have to be the G, the top G, right? You just see it and take it. You don't have to think. If you're overthinking it, then you're over-attached, and then it's an identity issue, because your old identity is, I don't want to be wrong. I have to be right, because you were raised that way, right? But you can change all of that. You can fix and overcome that, and just know that it's beyond your control, but the odds are in your favor over many trades. One bad trade doesn't mean you're a bad trader. That's the ego. And then one good trade doesn't mean you're a brilliant trader either. It doesn't mean you're a genius. You just have to have that understanding and not let it get to you. Simple as that, really. And unfortunately, 99% of traders don't know that. They're not even aware of it. They think, oh God, it's some strategy. They need more indicators. They need to add 5 more indicators so they can feel safe, so they can feel confirmed, so they have their confluences in place so that they can take the trade. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. That's just fear. That's just hesitation. You think more indicators gonna save you? Not really. So yeah, don't hesitate next time. Just trust yourself. Trust in yourself. Have the intuition to know that you need to just take that trade and walk away and not look back, and be okay with whatever. Okay, if you can do that, you're gonna be ahead of a lot of people, a lot of other traders. If you can understand what I'm saying, okay? If you want to work on yourself and you want to clear all of the negative blocks, then check out the link in the description, the Inner Edge Pro. That's what we do. If you're new to my channel, go ahead, like and subscribe. Drop your comments below. Let me know where you're at with your trading. And until the next video, you're on your own. Take care now. Goodbye.